No one speaks as passionately as a 16-year-old just trying to understand the world. I remember exactly at this age, Kanye West has just come out, maybe it was like years before, he just come out talking about like slavery as a choice, and I understood him immediately. And I remember telling all my friends, and they were like, what the fuck is this bitch on? But I was onto something. 6 years later, guys, I'm 21, and now I'm finally understanding why I was so fucking passionate about this. Guys, I literally made like a whole PowerPoint presentation and I wanted all my friends to come on this fucking FaceTime call so I could present to them why Kanye West was right. It will actually be the people closest to you that will kind of dog you down with your thoughts instead of trying to understand and elaborate your opinions a bit more. Because guys, I was coming up with the most wackiest concepts ever. I could never find the right vocabulary to articulate my concepts. Now that I'm older and I've just like done more spiritual research, I understand concepts so much more deeply, especially because I've just lived through life. But the ideas and like crazy wacky concepts that I had when I was 16 are so valid that they've carried through until me being fucking 21. I just needed my friends to like sort of validate me and be like, okay, can you explore this? Like, let's do some research. Like, let's dig deep into this thought as to why this struck your intuition so much and like why you genuinely believe it. Instead of just kind of like judging people, it's like, are you sure about that? It's like a sheep mindset. And this isn't even, okay, maybe a little bit. This isn't like heavy shade on them, because it is kind of a wacky thing. But I genuinely do believe that a good support system of friends will hear your ideas and encourage you to expand on them and to talk more about them creatively, just so that it makes sense to you, to make sure that it makes sense to you. But I was never given that sort of encouragement. It was only when I got older and I really started to understand my wacky ideas and embrace them more, I started to realize, oh my god, y'all niggas are just trying to keep me down. And it's not even like you have to necessarily agree with what the person's saying. It's just coming from a place of understanding, especially where you're friends with them. Surely you should just have that trust to be like, well, if I'm friends with you and I trust you to be in my space, surely what you're saying is coming from a place where you generally think is certain. So can you explore that and expand on it and help me understand your mindset? A lot of us don't do that nowadays, where we're trying to empathize with other people that are close to us. Instead, we're quick to judge them and like dog them down for their ideas if it doesn't fit a certain stereotype of what standard ideas should be, which doesn't make sense, because at a young age, that's like the best time to start exploring the most wackiest ideas and like form your belief system. And you would think that your peers would help you do the same thing. And no thought is random either. For you to have gotten such a concept, clearly it's developed from other ideas that have been expressed beforehand, that were validated, so much so that it's been expressed out. Do you know what I mean? Like, the concepts that you have are concepts that other people have shared before. You just put it together, like that combination together, and express that. It's not coming from a random place. It's coming from, you're just literally plucking it out of thin air. But even just that expression, plucking things out of thin air, it exists. You're just manifesting it in real life. Like, oh my god, guys. And I mean in terms of expressing your thought just freely instead of doing it from a place of hate. There's a big difference with that, so have a bit of discernment when I'm talking. Hopefully that idea doesn't come from hate, and if you can pick up on that and like, oh no, this person genuinely believes what they're saying, encourage them to expand on it. And you know, this is mainly for like young people as well. Like, this is the time, like in your teenage years, your formative years, this is the like foundational years where you really start to build your belief system. Of course, like if you're open-minded, the older you get, you can expand on them more, and it's more richer when you do it when you're older. But this is like the beginning stages of it. This is like when you start to rev up those engines. But if you're surrounded by people that don't encourage open-minded thoughts, or like they don't create an environment or foster an environment where you can feel like you can express your thoughts freely and just kind of just like be allowed to be wrong, because like no thought that's expressed is always going to be right. But that's why you're supposed to have like a support system around you, and people that generally want to understand you, to encourage you to, okay, no, keep articulating this, keep expanding on it, keep elaborating it, because there will get to a point where all of that encouragement will actually lead to like a solid point. But if you're around people that do the opposite and like judge you and like look at you weird, you're never gonna come to that conclusion that you were supposed to come. And maybe that idea came to you specifically for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe you were supposed to be the person that was meant to express this thought, but then if you're in an environment where people aren't really fostering that, you're not going to feel compelled to say it. You're going to feel like, oh, this idea was stupid anyways, why made you think of that? Why are you doubting the process of you thinking? Like, what? It's a divine process, so like don't shut that away because of what the man there said. So what? Yeah, like as I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand that like independent thought mindset even more, because it's not like I didn't have that. It's just obviously like when you're young, you're quite impressionable as well, so like I still stood my ground, but it did affect me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yeah, I can say like I was an independent thinker, but I'm not gonna lie and say that it didn't affect me, because why is it taking me all these years to finally express that thought? Guys, I'm always having these deep thoughts on the highway. I don't understand, but if you actually stayed this long to listen to the whole thing, thank you for everything. Thank you. But I'm gonna go work on these muscles. Have a great evening, day, night, whenever you're seeing this, and I will see you in the next one. Again, I'm so sorry for the noise. It's not my fault. It's not always my fault, okay?